Welcome, everybody. It's time for a new adventure. Oh, you know what?
What up?
You know what? Someone else in chat has something new coming. Well, not only do we have a new adventure tonight, but in the near future, there's going to be a new dice bag collection released by One Impassable Creations. Anybody
Round of
have any
applause for
ideas of what
Impassable.
it could be?
Ribbons.
Ribbons? Ribbon dice bag? Okay.
Maybe Christmas.
Well, I've heard some rumors, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say yet or not. So we'll leave it up to her. She can tell them in chat. But you know what? If you guys want to get yourself a quality dice bag, go to our website, impassablecreations.com, and use the code GOATSMILK to get 10% off. Furry? Yeah, it probably will be furry, Giggy. Someone lost their dice. He lost his marbles.
Nobody saw that chat. That didn't happen.
I saw your sack split open.
But it did.
My sack was upside down when I grabbed it.
You might want to go to the doctor.
Yeah, look. Let me go collect my marbles.
Okay. All right, so yeah, we got a new adventure in a whole new world. Yes, Cole, that is the secret. We start on time here. I guess before we can actually get into the description, my son's gonna come say hi. What's up, buddy?
Hey yo.
That could have been bad. I'm back. I'm
All
sorry,
right.
guys.
Sorry about that.
Did you collect all your marbles?
I did. I only spilled 3 of them.
That's great.
Only
I'm happy.
Only 3.
Could have
All
been worse.
Impassable
so much
says 5 characters that have appeared in the last campaign have custom dice bags designed after them. So
Wow.
everybody can feel free to speculate in chat who it could be. So
5 characters.
Is it?
Damn.
we are in a new world that is yet to be named. You guys are starting off on the continent of Crawford. A little bit of world lore that most people know. The year is 237, and the years have been counted since the passing of the Great War. And this was where 4 previous nations fought to take control. It ended up in a stalemate, more or less. Some warriors rose up and basically shut everything down and constructed a new form of government in their each respective continent. Hopefully you'll learn more as the campaign goes on, the more you dig up lore. But we are going to come in now into the city of Calborn. It is a well-populated city, large. The streets are paved in cobblestone instead of dirt, and it resides within the walls of Calborn Palace. It houses one of the king's cousins that has summoned all of you. And a little secret here, there's actually going to be another player, but they are on their way back home from vacation, so they're either going to arrive later in the stream or next time. We will find out. So you all were summoned and told to meet at the Dragon Spire, well-known tavern in the city. As you all come in at various times, you notice that as busy as this tavern seems to be, it's never truly full. You see people of all different shapes and sizes, races, sitting at the bar stools, but somehow sitting eye level with each and every one of them. A small dwarf is somehow stacking up eye to eye to an Aasimar. So with that, let's go ahead and get everybody's character descriptions. Let's start with Danny. Introduce us to Chow.
All right. My character's name is Chow. I am a human cleric and I come from a nice little small town called Karen. And it's like a small town, but it's nice and humble, you know. Everybody's pretty not wealthy, but good. And yeah. So I've been summoned here because I am a cleric. There's a lot of clerics in my town, and I was chosen to come here. And yeah, that's me.
Let's move on now to Striker.
My character's name is Mir. He is about 5'7", has this tousled brown hair, olive skin, and these beautiful green eyes. He is actually from Calborn. He is a member of the local Thieves Guild and was selected as part of this mission. The guild received a request, and Mir was the one selected to fulfill it.
All right. Nikki?
I am playing Abigail White. She is a druid of the stars. She stands at 5'5". Basically typical witch attire. She's got a black hat. She's got a black dress. She got black shoes. She got black hair. She got black eyes. She got a black cat. She's a witch, all right. So she is part of a coven of the Twilight. And they have sent her as an emissary to fulfill whatever obligation they have to our patron here.
All right. Now can I get Fatal, can you give us a rundown of Squirt?
Okay, so I'll be playing Shelby Squirt. She is a 5'2" portal. She has bluish green skin and very light, pale yellow eyes. She has different features of her that are quite unique. She kind of has like a barnacle shaped rose on one part of her head, and she has a shark tooth that's kind of like stuck in her shell. And she has some tricks up her sleeve. She's all about adventure, and she wants to run out there and do whatever she can to seek all these new horizons.
Okay. So you guys have okay. You guys all arrive at different times. As you arrive, you find a well-dressed man just kind of sitting there waiting for people to arrive. He sizes up everybody that comes in, and he stops you one by one, almost as if he was waiting for you. And he asks if you are such and such, and as you confirm it, he directs you over to a specific table where eventually you all meet up. So, yeah, go ahead and have your first initial encounter as you await.
So as Mir sits down, he puts both of his feet on the table and leans back in his chair.
Okay.
Abigail approaches the table and sizes up each person. Notices there is a table next to them that is empty, and sits in a chair at that empty table as close to the occupied table as possible, but does not sit with the others. She just like a little sniff and takes out a book to just like go through notes.
You don't want to come sit with us?
She completely ignores what you say.
That's rude.
One of those, I see. Okay.
Well, see how this goes.
I'm gonna sit right by Beer and I'm just gonna copy him just for the hell of it. Although I can't say if my shell will fit perfectly in a chair, but I'm gonna do my best.
I'm gonna put my feet on the table too then.
You could
Okay.
turn it around so that the back of the chair is in front of you.
Real quick, while you do your discussions, the cameras are going to get a little messed up because the file's downloaded weird.
No.
You and your
Uh-oh.
excuses.
I know. Well, you know what?
Where's the
No one wanted to see
professionalism?
you guys anyway. There's only two. Other-
Mir looks at the two sitting at the table next to him. He goes, so does anyone actually know what we're here for?
Mm-mm. You just know.
So you guys only
Oh.
really know that you were. There's a mission. You've been called upon by
Yeah.
Vitalis Indecourt, one of the cousins of the king of the Ozaran domain. It was very vague. Just said you were selected for. Your abilities were needed for this mission.
Yep. Various reasons.
I've never seen you guys around this place.
Yeah, this is my first time here.
I like
First
the
time I
hide.
leave my continent.
You like to hide?
Mm-hmm.
Where do
I haven't
you
seen too many turtles.
where do you
though.
hide? I also like to hide.
Oh, let me show you. And I kind of like duck my head as far as I can in my shell and start squeezing in my arms and like talking in my shell. Like, can you see me?
That's
Can you see me?
that's
pretty
what
cool
you
shit.
meant when you said I
Mir's
like to
eyes
hide.
just his eyes just get so wide, just in shock.
Oh my god.
So you hide in your shell.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yes. And some other places too, but I like my shell the most.
So, why did you get invited here? Do you know?
I was invited here for the mission. I have very small details about that. Seems they need
Okay.
my skills.
Oh, what? Okay.
Well, hiding must be a major skill for for our mission.
Ooh, you have no idea.
What
Apparently,
skills do
so
you
is
have?
reading a book in silence as Mir peers over
Oh.
at Abigail.
Yep, I'm looking that way too. Nothing. I don't think we're gonna get much.
Yeah, you get the feeling she has no interest in you whatsoever.
None.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm noticing that.
yeah. DM, is it possible
Fortunate.
while I'm in my shell, if it's possible, on the corner pocket where my arm kind of slinks in, and I get like a little bit of that airspace in between, I would like to spit some seawater at her area to try and get her
Oh.
attention.
Okay,
Oh.
make me a ranged attack.
With the water.
With the water.
Seawater.
Oh, I'm sorry. With the water.
Oh, yeah, that salt. The salt is biting.
Let's see.
So it would
20.
20? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What are you aiming anywhere specific, or you just
I probably want to say just a little bit above her book just to get a little splash.
above her book?
Mm-hmm.
So you're hitting her?
Her book.
In the face.
In the face.
Oh shit.
Okay, so
First off, I just wanted to say Fatal always rolls low, so the fact that her first roll is a 20 is just
That's scary.
amazing.
You got the
Mm.
good one out of the way. It's
Right,
downhill
that's it,
from
I'm
here.
done.
That's
I'm
it.
done. That's
You
the curse
wasted.
comes.
Sorry, that
your
was completely out of
120.
character. I had to
Usually
because
goes
I was
that
just
way.
so
right.
excited.
No, I feel you. Yeah. You hit Abigail right in the face with seawater.
In my face?
Right in the
Seriously?
face.
Abigail, she sighs and takes out like a little handkerchief. It's lacy on the edges and everything because it's very fancy. And she calmly wipes her face, does this thing where she shakes out like some of the excess moisture and sits it down very delicately next to her and goes back to her book.
I wouldn't do that again.
It's all about having fun. It's not like I hurt her. It's just water.
I
But
think you
look-
should try it again.
Looks
You
like a
think
bruja.
so?
Yeah, why
I
not?
wouldn't do that.
What is your name, sir?
Ciao.
Chow, shut up. Squirt.
Mer. Wait, I don't know. Yeah, no.
Squirt, go. Jack. Sorry, I have to
Squirtle,
do
you
it again.
squirt gun.
I got it. I'm doing it
Everyone
again.
here is pretty rude.
Oh god.
Oh my god. This is terrible.
All right. So as you're doing that, the gentleman that was waiting for you begins to approach.
That's a 10.
And as he approaches, you hit him.
Yes.
And
Chaos.
he just
Let's go.
he just looks kind of disappointed. He pulls out a handkerchief and wipes off his face, and he mutters something under his breath.
I told her not to do it. I don't know why she did.
And he's just, never the matter. Unfortunately, it seems one is running late. And I have recently received word that some things have come up, so the meeting will have to happen first thing in the morning. Your room and board have been paid for. Food and drink are on us. I will return in the morning. And without a second thought, he turns and walks away and leaves.
Abigail immediately calls over someone to her table.
Okay.
She says very politely, "I will take my dinner in my room, please. Thank you." And she snaps her book closed and just walks away.
Okay.
Is that all it took for her to leave? It's just food and drink.
At this point, I'm kind of like peeking out of my shell. You see my beak come up slowly. I'm like, yeah, I think so. The water didn't do nothing.
Oh boy. All right. So, what is your guys' next action after hearing all that?
Mir would like to order a feast.
A feast. For just you or for the table?
Yes, Mir would like to order some food.
Okay.
I mean, they said they're paying for it, right?
Yeah,
That's
they're paying
true.
for the food.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I eat.
So you might as well go all out.
All right, so you flag someone over, place your, I'm assuming, hefty order. They kind of just give you a stare like, really? They just, all right. And they disappear for a little while. And about 30-40 minutes later, they come back with a feast.
As this food is just set in front of him, Mir's eyes get so wide, just in shock at how much food there is in front of him.
How old
And
is,
then
how old
starts
is
digging
Mir, by
in.
the way?
24.
Okay.
Hey, I'm 23.
I believe I'm the youngest.
Well, I mean, turtles age differently. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. That's
Oh,
true.
no, look, I'm 24 too. Wow.
Oh, awfully convenient.
Samesies.
I mean, I really am. It's in my bio.
All right. So you've got that food in front of you, and you start digging in.
Does anybody else want some of this?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some
Is there any vegetables there?
Dig in.
vegetables. I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
corn right there. Look. Potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens.
Beans, green.
Greens.
Yeah, at this point, my neck is out now completely, and I'm just lurking over. I'm like, well, that looks good there, and that looks good. So she's gonna start pulling some stuff towards her to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And turtles eat a lot.
I mean, I could. Just saying, I could.
Is there going to be an
I don't know
eating
what it is.
contest or something?
I mean, if you want to try.
No, I was just curious.
I mean,
Alright.
feel free. Look, there's plenty here, guys. I don't think I've seen this much food in my life.
It is a lot, definitely.
All right, so you guys enjoy a nice meal together and just kind of get a feel for each other, introduce yourselves. And I'm assuming you don't finish your food and Mirror's probably bloated.
Leftovers. Turn it into rations.
Yeah, Mir like packs some away in like a little rag that he pulls out of his bag.
Okay.
Kind of ties it in a nice little knot.
I would say the others, if they've paid any attention, are getting this feeling that you might have had a hard upbringing if you're tying off food like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting those vibes. Definitely.
I probably would observe it, but I wouldn't. I'm not comfortable enough to approach him about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say nothing about it.
Okay. So then if there's nothing further, you may retire to your rooms and rest for the night.
Can Abigail slip out of her room
Yeah.
in the middle of the night? So like once it gets late, she slips out of her room and she goes outside a little ways away from well, not from like the city because it's too fucking huge, but just away as she can from like most of like all the citizens and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she she just has like her book or whatever. She's taking notes. She's looking up at the sky and noting the stars and stuff like that. And she speaks as if nobody is there, but there's like a little black cat who's at her feet. And she's like, I don't know why. I don't know why I was summoned here. And I don't know why I have to work with them. She looks down at the cat and she's like, this is beneath me. You do know that's right. Beneath me. And she looks up at the sky again. She takes more notes. And she closes her book and she gives this big sigh. She's like, I know. I have to work with people. I know I have to work with people. I know they tell me this all the time. You have to work with people. You can't be by yourself all the time. But does it have to be them? Really? Did you look at them? Did you really look at them? All right. Yes, I know. And she goes, she turns around and she heads back and she's just like muttering to the cat. And she's like, I just really don't. I don't know why they had to send me to this because this is just a waste of my time. I know it's going to be a waste of my time. I don't care what obligations we have to this, whoever it is. It's beneath me. It's beneath me. She goes back to her room and she shuts the door and she like nibbles on something and she tosses it aside because, she's used to having food. She doesn't give a shit. And she, puts her stuff down and she lays down in bed. She's just muttering angrily. So she falls asleep, just muttering angrily to herself.
Okay. I don't know if you mentioned it when you were describing your character, but she has a black cat. All right, so
I did mention it.
okay, maybe I must not have heard it. I'm going deaf.
She's a
Yes,
witch.
You did.
Burn
say
her.
that,
Bitch.
say that.
All right, so you guys rest for the night, get up in the morning, and enjoy some breakfast while you await your escort. Is anyone good?
Abigail sits like a separate table again from the others. She's
I'm
like
so
as
sitting with her.
far. She's like as far away as she can possibly get.
I'm gonna keep following her and sit with her because I like her.
She- so the moment Shelby sits down, Abigail just stops eating. She doesn't care that she has like 90% of her plate still left. She takes like one more little nibble, delicately like cleans the corners of her mouth, takes a sip for the road, and gets up, gathers her things, and just leaves the inn and waits outside.
Oh, I'm totally following her. So I'm gonna wink at the guys and just, do a little pip in my step and like, I'll be back. We're gonna be friends.
She sees Shelby come next to her, and she waits for a moment, and she's like, "What was it that he said? Oh, you're one of those. Is that what it was? Something like that. You know, things you people think are very, very clever." And she doesn't like say it to her. She just says it out loud as if she's talking to herself.
So, Abigail, do you have to be alone
Oh, do
all
you
the
know my
time?
name? I'm sorry. Did she know my name?
No.
She never
No.
No.
I'm
introduced
sorry.
herself.
Pretty lady, do you have to be this way?
She ignores you.
It's okay, I'll stand here. I can be a rock if you want.
Abigail, she looks down at the cat at her feet, and the cat looks up at her as if they're exchanging a look, and she goes back to her book.
I'm ducking down to the cat and I'm gonna look at its face. Right in its face.
The cat just stares at you. He doesn't give a shit.
Oh, we're gonna have a staring contest then. I'm not gonna blink.
Roll, make me a Constitution saving throw.
It's a cat.
24.
Oh yeah, she is not blinking. She is just giving it the crazy
being a
eyes.
cat.
And this just goes
I
on.
like this furry thing. Yeah, I like this furry thing. I don't know. I'm just gonna look at it for some time until you talk to me. I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna tuck my legs in the bottom of my shell. I'm just gonna sit there like a rock. I'm gonna stare at your cat.
Oh my god. All right. So Abigail, I don't know if you're studying her at all or paying any attention, but you notice that after some time you know she's got like a barnacle patch on the left side of her head. Looks like it's weirdly shaped, almost like a flower. And her shell has a couple chips missing out of it. And there is a large shark's tooth lodged in it.
Abigail like studies her out of the corner of her eye because she doesn't want to like stare, obviously, because that would be giving her attention. And so she's just looking out of the corner of her eye, and she like studies the little kind of rose-shaped barnacle. She thinks it's a little fascinating that it's shaped that way because she's never seen something like a barnacle shaped in such a pleasant fashion before. And she sees the shark tooth, and that like causes her to raise like an eyebrow, like the fuck. But she doesn't say anything. She just says absolutely nothing. Just kind of mental note as what the hell, who is this person? She doesn't want to say anything because again, she doesn't want to give her any attention.
All right. So this staring contest goes on for a while, and then the well-dressed man reappears, and he just walks up and sees this going on, and he's just, am I interrupting something?
I'm not sure if she's ever seen a cat before, but I suppose if it shuts her up and amuses her, then I'm not going to bother her with it. So, are we prepared to leave this establishment, as nice as it is?
Yes, just one moment. And he goes inside to get the others. He comes back shortly after, and he begins leading you through the city. So, as you're traveling, you'll notice that the city is broken up into chunks, so to speak. Right when you enter, as there is only one route of entry, it is one quarter of it is the artisans district, another is the merchants, they're right across from each other, and then the other half of the city is residential, and a portion of that is the slums, and it's closest to the wall. So basically you've got the more wealthy, higher political status people closer to the palace, and then it just kind of trickles down.
Mhm.
So he leads you up to the palace, and it is absolutely huge, very immaculate. There are armed soldiers every like 15-20 feet or so, just kind of standing guard and keeping watch. He leads you through the main hall, and it's got a huge vaulted ceiling, very fancy chandeliers for lighting. And he brings you into a smaller room with 6 seats, one facing the 5 of them. And he just says, "Take a seat. Miss Indicourt will be in shortly." So you all take your seats, and on your side of the room, you notice there's one empty seat. And you're waiting for a little bit, and you hear the door knob rattle, and in walks a young elven lady. Ooh, excuse me. Description. So, in walks a fair-skinned elf. She's pretty tall. She stands about 5'9". She's slender. She's got reddish hair, icy blue eyes. But you notice she's not dressed like a typical noble, let alone royalty. As she comes in with this black overcoat that's got some lace trim on it. She's wearing a red corset. She's got leather pants on and thigh-high boots. She's got a tattoo sleeve up her left arm, up her neck. Or, I'm sorry, right arm, up her neck. She's got various piercings. And she takes a seat across from you. And she goes, "I apologize for the wait. I am Vitalis Indicourt. Thank you for agreeing to meet, for responding to my summons." She looks over and recognizes 2 of you, Chow and Shelby, and she goes, "Thank you 2 specifically for responding," and then looks at you 2 and goes, "You 2 must be the ones your organization sent."
Abigail gets out of her seat and drops a curtsy and bows her head very low in a very respectful manner, and says, "Abigail White at your service, Mum. Yes, the Coven did send me to report and return your summons. It is a pleasure."
Are we supposed to? And Mir gets up and kind of does a little bow. It's like, yes, I was. I too was sent from the local guild.
Perfect.
And then sits back down.
Perfect. Okay. Well, unfortunately, there's supposed to be 5 of you, but the other is running late, it seems. So, if and when he arrives, I'll have to send him along after. I expect this will take a couple days, at least, but I need you to retrieve an item from a burial site. It
Kind of
is
item.
it is an amulet of a long dead necromancer. I like to study these artifacts in hope of reverse engineering them to prolong people's life. So far, I've turned up nothing, but this item seems to be more powerful than the others, and I would like to try and study it.
If you needed something grabbed, why didn't you ask the guild earlier?
Yeah. I needed more than one person. I needed many different skill sets. She looks over at Shelby and went, I need muscle. Looks over at Chow, and I need someone who is, one, already good with life itself and dealing with the undead as clerics do. I needed someone that is good with traps and getting into places that they shouldn't. And then I needed someone to kind of balance it out, as those of the druids do. And points over at Abigail. The other one was just to be a little extra firepower, but they're not here.
All right.
All right. Well, we know what you wish to have this item for. We know that it is at a burial site. If you can give us a little more detail than that, perhaps a map of where the burial site is, and if you have a description of the item.
Yes, right.
Also, just a thought. Do you happen to know the history of this amulet? Perhaps the previous owner?
I really only know a little bit. The necromancer's name was Stakai. He was obsessed with trying to bring back the Titan that resides in the middle of the continent.
I'm sorry, if you could please
what?
repeat that last part?
Yes, obsessed with the Titan. You know, the one that
A Titan.
I
do you guys not know the history of our domain?
I am just a little surprised that someone would want to bring the Titan back. I'm very, very sorry. I don't mean to be so rude.
Well, some people just seek all sorts of power to try and take control for themselves. It's an unfortunate fact of life.
But you, of course, are not one of those people.
No, no. I simply wish to try and help people. And if there's a way
Not to be rude, but there are several people who have used those exact same words, and yet things did not turn out well for them. No offense. I know I was summoned, and I know my coven has done work here in your lovely kingdom before, but I do have a bit of trepidation about bringing such a powerful item back to a person that to be frank, I don't know you. And so I don't know if you're going to go mad with power, and I would like to have nothing to do with that, if that's exactly what's going to happen in the end. In other words, please do not waste my time with this retrieval. I would like to have your word and your reassurances that this is not going to end poorly.
Of course, you have my word. If anything, it's just going to end like the other artifacts I've recovered that just end up powerless.
Can I tell if she's lying or...
Sure, roll insight.
Do. 12.
Yeah, she's being truthful.
Abigail studies her face for a moment, and then she like gives a little nod of the head, as in, "All right, I'll trust you for now."
What are we getting paid here?
Well, I can offer you quite a sum of gold and what other items you may find within the tomb. Keep them.
Quite a sum of gold.
About 200-300 a person.
Mir's eyes just get super wide.
So I suppose, since some of you don't understand or didn't even realize there was a Titan on this continent, I should fill you in. Some 230 years ago or so, there was a great war. The four nations of this world. Smart enough to write them down. Yes, I did. There's the four nations of the world that are now known as the Ozaran Domain, the Nagala Dynasty, the Volum Kingdom, and Stoutberg Empire. These are named after the four warriors that ended the war, as they took control of the nations and usurped the governments that started the war to begin with. Each continent, each domain, had its own Titan. Ours was a large, snake-like Titan by the name of Dracana. It's been dead since the war, and there are 3 towns that live within its skeleton. Now, other than that, most of it's been lost to history. We had records of them over in some of the cities in Ukos, which is where you're from, Chow, in the city of Karen.
Karen!
Which everyone there calls it Karen.
Uh-huh.
However, the Mount Seliznet erupted and took out 3 of those cities that had that information.
Ooh.
So there's a good chunk of history that got lost. We had a great library there once.
Fortunate.
Anywho, the aforementioned tomb is located here on Crawford, but it is south. Just past the Orc establishment of Nolkir, close to the Great Chasm. If you search the surroundings, the city Eberron, Eberron, there are tunnels that lead down into where the tomb would be, but there is a chance that the chasm swallowed up some of it. So she looks over at you, Abigail, and goes, "Your order is from Zilla, correct?"
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, then you should be somewhat familiar, if not someone from your covent should, as you are due just east of Eberron.
Yes. I am somewhat familiar, but I cannot say that I have dared to travel that way.
Right? Is there any more information? Oh, yes, the description of the amulet.
Description.
It is, if the texts are accurate, it is a large ruby cased in gold with a golden chain around it. There isn't much more to go off of other than that, but the ruby seems to be quite some size. She makes a fist and goes, "It's about half of the diameter of my fist."
Well, I'm surprised the mirror's not just like. What?
Jaw dropping yet?
Right?
No. There is
Yeah,
a
are we sure we could trust the thief?
Did you say that out loud?
Yep.
You don't have to worry about me.
before
we do live by a code after all,
before he can even finish that
and we
statement.
don't get paid. Oh, good.
Before he finishes that, she goes, "There's no need to worry. Their guildmaster, although yes, they are thieves, upholds to a very strict code, and they do not betray anyone that they're working for, lest they are not to be found anymore."
Okay.
And the last person we'd want to cross is the one that helps us the most.
I mean, we'll see who helps who the most.
Oh,
What did you say that got cut off?
I said we'll see who helps who the most.
so I will say, do be careful. Make sure you're well prepared before you leave. There are plenty of shops around. There likely are traps, or given that it's a necromancer's tomb, there's probably some undead.
All right. You got some gold you could front us?
I pay upon completion.
Do we have what we need to go?
You have all
Map?
the information that I have. And she hands you a map, an overall map of Crawford, with the notable cities marked, which you will find in Legend Keeper.
Yeah.
Who does she give the map to?
She brings it out and just kind of sizes you all up and just hands it over to you, Abigail, and just, I know your coven is always charting the stars, so I trust you with the map.
Abigail gives a little polite curtsy again, and takes the map as if she's taking like a very precious scroll.
It's gonna be hard communicating with someone who doesn't want to talk to us.
Just because I do not wish to work with you doesn't mean I'm not going to work with you. After all, we were all summoned here together. I assume our mistress patron here would like for us to cooperate, yes?
Yes, as teamwork is what will ensure your safety.
I imagine, considering the last owner of your artifact, we will need all of our wits about us. Necromancers are not known to be foolish people. And so, yes, you're very wise to choose such a variety of different skill sets for this particular excursion.
I think she's warming up to us already. That sounded like a compliment.
It did. I kind of like her a little bit more now.
It's amazing what people will extract from what you say. Well, if you don't mind, Mum, I believe if there is no more questions, and she looks at the others, but doesn't give them time to answer because she expects them not to have any questions. And she says, we will go ahead and be on our way. I'm sure perhaps the others need, I don't know, supplies or whatnot. I myself will be doing a little bit of shopping. But thank you. We will be in contact.
All right, I look
And
forward to
she
your
drops
return.
another curtsy and like just does a 180 and struts out without waiting for the others.
All right.
Mir gives a slight bow and chases off after.
Okay. Anything from the other two?
I'm gonna wink at
Third,
her.
are you ready to
Have
go?
like a little pip in my step, be like, "Okay, see ya," and start going.
All right.
Guess I'll follow them out.
All right. So you guys head out.
Do we have an escort again, or it's just us?
Well, we're not leaving yet, right?
We're
Well,
I
going
was
shopping.
talking about an escort back into the inner city, or
Not,
Oh.
not into the
Mid-city.
inner city, just out the castle door.
okay. As soon as Abigail steps outside, a cat joins her at her feet and follows her.
Okay.
She looks down at it and she says, "No, I was quite polite. I think I was quite polite. I don't care what you say. I was not rude. I was quite polite. I held my tongue, just as you told me to. Not that I'm rude. I'm just honest." And she turns to the others and she doesn't give anybody the map. She just holds it and says, "Well, I suppose the establishment that we stayed at last night will do for a rendezvous point. So if there's anything you wish to purchase before we need to leave, you have," and she looks up at the sky, at the sun, and she says, "1 hour. We shall leave promptly.
Walking
Do not
right
be
by
late."
her.
She
Uh,
walks away. She doesn't give a shit. She really doesn't.
DM question for you.
Yeah.
Did Mir see where she put the map?
She's holding it in her hand. She's like literally
okay.
just holding it.
Cool. Never mind then.
Okay. So what you doing?
I'm headed back to the inn.
I'm gonna take this time to purchase like stuff that actually is already in my inventory, but I'm gonna pretend I buy them anyways. So she finds like a little shop that sells a couple of spell components that she thinks might come in handy. She goes like the merchant sees that she's dropping some coin for some shit, so he's like, come to the back, let me show you what I got. And he pulls out a broom and she looks at it up and down and she looks at him and she raises an eyebrow and she's like, "Is this what I think it is?" And he just kind of like gives this little waggle of the eyebrows and she's like, "Fine, yes." And she purchases a broom of flying and takes it with her. She walks out of the store with like this broom just like over her shoulder, like any fucking witch you see, just like fucking broom. The cat is following her and she looks down at it and it looks up at her. She's like, "No, I don't think I paid too much for it." And the cat just like stares at her for a moment and then looks back like she didn't say anything. It just keeps following her.
Okay. For anyone wondering, we worked that out pre-stream.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I didn't just buy something and was like, "DM can't do shit about it. I already
Haha, fuck
roleplayed it."
you. I make up the price.
Right.
I'm rich,
all right.
bitch.
I'm rich, bitch.
Anyone else want to do anything?
While all that's going on, I just go back and check in with the guild and then meet them back at the inn afterwards.
Okay.
Is there any water close by?
They're not within the palace walls.
But near the inn that we're staying.
The city is within the palace walls.
Okay. All right, so basically I'm just going to go back to the inn and I'm just going to practice my sneaking skills and hide in my shell outside. Hopefully everyone will think I'm a rock.
She's practicing her sneaking skills. She's just pulling in and out of her shell. Just, now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me, now you don't.
Turtle? Turtle.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm just
god.
imagining some toy where you squeeze the belly and it's just like,
That's it.
Can
That's
someone
right
make
there.
that? Is
That's a
someone
description.
crafty enough to do that? Oh god. Okay. Chow, what are you doing?
I'm gonna. Are we getting like a carriage and horses, or how we getting around when we leave here?
That's up to you guys to figure out.
"Did you buy one?"
Do we? I didn't buy one. Do we get one?
That is up to you to figure out how you're going to get from A to B.
Magic.
Okay. And I'm just
I'm
gonna sit
okay
at the
walking.
inn outside of the rock and just wait until it's time to go.
Do you sit on the rock?
No, I'm sitting next to the rock.
You should sit on the rock.
Do
No, I could tell it's not really a rock.
Can you?
Can I?
Make me a perception check to find out.
I don't know. Let's see.
What is it?
Ooh, nat 20 plus 5.
Okay. You can tell it's not a rock.
I can tell it's not a rock. I'm gonna just sit down next to the not rock.
Stick my arm out of my shell really slowly and just boop him. Just real quick boop him, then pull back in.
What was that for?
Just seemed fun. I'm sorry. If you just stay still, I can practice. my
I am
ninja
staying
skill.
still.
Like really still. Don't even breathe. Just so I
Okay.
can practice my plucking.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
She's gonna keep going over there with her little claws at him, trying not to hurt him. Just like pluck, and she'll pop back out, and she'll go back in and keep doing the same thing for a couple of minutes, and then she'll be quiet and go back in the shell and wait. But she's watching him.
Okay.
You don't got nothing to worry about. I'm on your team.
I'm not worried. I like watching people, especially that cat, whatever that was, the furry thing. I almost won that contest if I wasn't interrupted.
All right. So you all meet back up in an hour at the inn and begin to head out of town. Well, I should say, have you plotted a course or are you just winging it?
I was going to ask, how many days is it to Elkstead?
Remember how many hexes a kilometer is?
Oh God.
Or how many kilometers are in a hex? I think I put.
Have you ever been there, Mur?
I'm like looking at these.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, the town that
I-
we're going to. I was just asking if you ever been there. If you're from here.
I have not. I don't actually travel often outside the city walls.
Very sheltered, I see.
Well, look, I am good at what I do, but
Sounds like this is the first time a lot of us are getting out and about far.
I mean, I get out and about from my shell. Just saying.
Yeah, you do. I seen you.
Abigail hears Chow see this, and she's like,
Okay, so you guys can travel about 30 miles a day at fast pace, 24 at normal, and 18 at slow, but that means you can be stealthy. So I will assume, unless you state otherwise, you'll be traveling at a normal pace of 24 miles a day, and each hex is about 6 miles. So you can go 4 hexes a day.
How many hexes do we need to go?
So
does our travel slow down when we hit the water?
There will likely be a way to get across.
Okay.
Actually, there is. You guys took a bridge to get across. Or no,
Okay,
it's
so
a
there's
ferry. It's too big for a bridge. Sorry.
It's ferry. Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay.
So there's a
That's a
ferry that
big-ass
runs.
bridge.
There's a ferry that runs back and forth. Basic, but you'll end up having to make camp before you make it twice before you make it to Elkstead. So, all right, you've got 3 days of travel.
Mm-hmm.
So you leave the city and you travel for your typical 8 hours. You set up camp, eat your rations or whatever it is you got.
Leftovers from
Mir's working on his little bag that
Okay.
he had tied up. His little doggy bag.
Dog bag.
Okay. So the next day, you make your way. You make it to the river, and you board a ferry. This ferry is big enough for 10 to 15 people. And
And
We
you're
lost Joe.
you lost me? I was looking
Yeah.
something
Now
up,
we
that's why.
I heard
Alright, there we
and
go.
that was it.
I think everybody cut out.
All right, so you guys are traveling on the boat or the ferry.
Okay. Yep.
It's a big hairy ferry. That's the plot. Yes, game. That's yes. They're riding in the
Big hairy
they're riding
fairy.
in the plumber's crack. No, it is a standard ferry. You guys are traveling, and for whatever reason, the river is very choppy right now. And you're all kind of just holding on to the sides, just getting rocked back and forth. And then suddenly you hear the noise, like something plopping in, like something big plopping into the water. But then you feel like a thud on deck. And as you all look around, you see these fish-looking people.
Fish-looking people.
Fish-looking people.
Fish looking people.
Fish-looking people.
They're pretty ugly.
Ugly fish-looking people.
Ugly-looking fish people.
Looking fish people.
And they are uttering something in a tongue you do not understand.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
We don't.
This is
This
not
gives me campaign flashbacks.
this is not a standard language. This is a creature specific language. So if you speak this, I'm impressed.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy.
I don't even know how you say that. Let's see what Beyond has to say.
Okay, forget it. I don't know then.
Sahuagin.
Dwarf and elf.
Okay,
That's
the
it.
I like-
Sahuagin.
Shelby?
Do you speak Sahuagin?
No.
Oof.
Anyway,
No, Shelby.
No.
You of the water? No.
no.
Do I speak Sahuagin? No, I don't speak Sahuagin.
All right,
I
so
speak whales.
Say what again?
yeah, say who again? That's right, you got it. So they
Whale
all,
Sahuagin, that's the same thing.
they all have these like razor sharp looking teeth. You see claws on their hands, and they are holding a makeshift spear. And they kind of looked frenzied, or maybe hungry. So all y'all can roll me initiative. As I grab my initiative
Why
tracker.
are they so mad?
Because they
I
hungry.
know, right? Why you so mad?
Yeah.
All right.
What the heck did I get?
Oh, I gotta change my name in here, don't I?
7.
I am not that anymore.
I thought changing your name in there like messed up the cameras.
No, not on Discord.
No, not in there. Okay.
On
No,
Roll20.
roll 20. Oh no, I clicked the
Yeah,
wrong
that's
button.
what I said.
No, Roll20 has nothing to do with
Okay.
cameras.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I just remember somebody like changing a name somewhere, and you were like, "No, the cameras."
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
in
it's
Discord.
Discord.
Okay, gotcha.
So now let me write everyone's initiative orders down. Damn, Chow,
What's up?
you and your initiative. What the fuck?
15
Use
right
my
there?
first one. I was just trying to see if it worked.
Oh, that's
and it
perception.
did.
Sorry. I definitely read that wrong. Shit. Someone take me back to school.
You were up all the way up there.
You're like,
God damn, how do you got that much of an initiative? All right, so starting this off will be Chow. The four of them are centered in the middle of the ferry, about 10 feet from each of you. Chow and Abigail are on the left side of the ferry, and then Squirt and Mir are on the right side, right up against the rails.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Divine Favor on myself.
Okay.
And I will gonna just scoot. Yeah, I'm gonna. They're like 10 feet from us.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna scoot five. I'm gonna scoot back 5 feet while I cast this divine favor on myself.
Okay.
That's it.
There is room for us to move.
Yes, you guys have about 10 feet to move, like towards the back.
And these guys are 10 feet in front of us.
Yeah, to your right.
So who again?
For those in chat who didn't hear the how to say it, Beyond has this fun little feature where they will actually pronounce the names of creatures for you. All right, so Chow, you did divine favor on yourself.
Yeah, and scooted 5 feet back.
So what is Poor Radiant? Is that if you get hit or?
No. It's for um. Where's it at? It says it's for my weapon damage. I get an extra D4 on my weapon damage hits for a minute.
Okay, gotcha. If
Yeah,
that's
so it'll be for next round.
all right, if that's it for you, Shelby.
Yeah, that's it.
So 10 feet in front of me, this guy is, right? From my side.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna move up directly. Like my whole demeanor changes. I'm more serious. So I'm gonna move up towards whoever's in front of me for the 10 feet, and I am going to swing.
Okay.
22,
That's a hit.
and that's 10 bludgeoning.
You're fighting unarmed?
Did I hit the wrong one? I might have. I am armed. I hit the wrong one. I apologize.
I was like, wait,
There we go.
you're not a monk.
3,
What?
21, and it's 5 slashing. I apologize.
You're good. Okay.
I hit the wrong one. And
Okay. Anything else?
And I'm just triple checking. I apologize. Special.
Mirror, you're on deck after she's done.
For trying to grapple, that's an action, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna stand here and wait for the next turn.
Okay, Mirror.
So Mir summons these two basically purple daggers in his hands. And he's going to throw them both at the guy that is in front of Shelby. We got this one. 15.
Okay. That is a hit. But real quick, don't you only get to do one of those per attack?
No, I can do one in each hand. One's a bonus action.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I can do one as a normal attack, and then the other one, when I use it as a normal attack, I can throw another one as a bonus action if I have a free hand,
Gotcha.
which I
Okay.
do.
I didn't get to play with that too much the one when I did that.
So it's going to be 13 because it's a sneak attack.
Okay.
And then So kind of just like roll it all together. Yeah. 21 to hit,
And 6 damage.
and I believe it's just 6. I don't think it
Yes.
gets the sneak on the
You
second
only
one.
get sneak attack once per turn.
That's what I thought.
The fucked up part is that once per turn means literally anybody's turn.
Right.
Oh, really? I didn't realize
yeah,
that.
so if you're like attack of
And
opportunity,
Passable pointed that out.
yeah. I don't like TikTok.
I like
right
that.
now. It teaches people some things that they don't need to know.
I did not know that.
All right, well you killed
Lord knows I will.
TikTok.
you killed that one.
Sweet.
It is now the Sahuagin's turn, and then Abigail is on deck. So, the one that was closest to the one that just died moves towards Shelby, and it's going to make 2 attacks. It is going to try and bite you. 22.
That hits.
3 piercing damage, and then it's going to take a stab at you with its spear using both hands. 8.
No.
Misses. All right.
Mhm.
The next one is going to move in at Chow, and it's going to try and bite.
Okay.
10.
No.
And it's going to swipe with its claws.
Okay.
And miss.
Okay.
And then one is going to move in at Mir. And it is going to try and bite him. 9.
9 does not hit.
And then 2-handed spear attack. 14.
That's my AC.
You take 6. And now it is Abigail's turn. Okay,
Okay,
so now you have one on Chow, who is 5 or 10 feet back from you, one on Mir, who's by himself, and one on Shelby, who's at about 10 feet away, 15 feet.
Okay. Mir is like right next to me, or
No, you've got Chow
he's-
behind. He stepped back
I've got
about
Chow.
5 or 10 feet.
Okay. Okay. She is going to cast Thorn Whip. I say that like maybe 17 to hit
That's a hit.
at the one that's in front of Mir.
Yep.
Is this a hold on? Attack is 6 1d6, so that's 5 piercing.
Okay.
Is the creature large or smaller
Yes.
than me?
They are all
Okay.
the same size as you guys.
Okay, it says I pulled a creature up to 10 feet closer to me, but can is it like close enough to the edge that I can just like whip it over the edge instead?
No, it would be pulled straight to you.
Straight to me, huh?
That was the one that was next to me, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the one next to
So
wait,
when I
is
get
it-
an
hold on.
attack of opportunity?
So, okay, so you grabbed the one next to Mir. I thought you said the one next to okay. Yes.
No, the one next to, that by Mir.
Yes. All right, so you pull it up to 10 feet, and as it leaves Mir's radius, well, no, yeah. As it leaves Mir, he gets an attack of opportunity.
Do-do-do.
But it doesn't get sneak attack 'cause
22.
there's no one else near it.
22 for
hits.
15.
For 15. No, you don't get sneak attack because you don't have advantage.
I thought I get it on a new turn.
You need to have advantage to get the sneak attack, or an ally within 5 feet of it.
I'm within 5 feet of it.
You don't count. That's still a good hit.
Okay, 7.
This one's looking like it's having trouble catching its breath.
Okay.
Is that it for you, Abigail?
So I pulled it closer to me.
Yep.
Okay.
It's about. I'd say it's 10 feet away from you at this point.
10 feet away from me. Okay, that's fine. She'll go ahead and end her turn there.
Okay, ciao.
All right, I'm gonna
Shelby's on
stab
deck.
the one in front of me with my blood spear.
All right.
11.
That is a miss.
Right. Then I will. I can't use it my bonus action, War Priest, right?
What's your bonus action?
It says when I use an attack action, I can make another weapon attack action as a bonus action.
You made the attack action, so you should be able to.
I'll click it. And I'll try again. 17.
17 will hit.
All right. So that'll be, it's one-handed, so that'll be 9 plus 1d4.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
so 4.
So,
Oh, 13.
this one is looking rough.
Okay. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Shelby, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm going to swing at the one next to me.
Yes.
10.
Okay, that misses.
Um,
Mirror, you're on deck.
Yep.
silly question. If I action surge, could I do it as a bonus action?
I don't think your action surge takes anything. It's your free action, I think.
Okay. So I'm gonna action surge. I'm gonna do an additional. So I am going to try this again.
Get him.
18.
That hits.
It's 6 bludgeoning.
All right.
And I'm gonna stay right here.
All right, Mirror.
Mir's going to summon his two knives again. He's gonna flip the one in his right hand and throw it at the guy in front of Shelby. For 21.
That
Oh,
hits.
thank goodness.
Doing 8 points of damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to throw it at the guy in front of Chow.
Okay.
21 for 7.
All right. That one's looking really rough as well. It is now the
Damn.
Sahooligans with
Damn
Abigail on
rolls.
deck. The one that Abigail whipped is going to charge her and try to bite. 11
Nope, miss.
and two-handed spear attack for 9. Great. Excuse
She
me.
like slaps his spear away.
Chow, you are
For
getting
real.
attacked.
Fucking rude.
All right.
You have not been hit yet, so
Mm-mm.
bite for 7, and that's a miss. Spear for 15.
Nope.
All right, Shelby. Gonna try and bite you. And you have been hit, correct?
Yes, I have.
All right, so it gets advantage on its attacks. 16.
Doesn't hit.
Total armor. All right, all the attacks have failed. Abigail.
So, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to cast Entangle. It's a 20-foot square. It doesn't say cube, it just says a square. So how many guys can I get? Like, are they all kind of nearby? Or am I going to end up scooping up my dudes as well?
You would definitely end up scooping up your dudes. There's no doubt about that.
Okay. So I just end up getting everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, she's going to cast it anyways.
Excuse me. Block.
All right, so you catch.
I'm blocking that shit.
Shield.
She don't even know if it's gonna.
Fuck out of here.
Okay, she doesn't know if it's gonna succeed.
So you catch 2 of the 3 Sahooligans, Shelby and Mir.
Okay.
Shit.
They all
DC
need.
14
They all.
strength save.
The hooligans made their save.
Oh dang.
So Shelby and
DC
Chow
14 strength.
Yes, strength.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Here doesn't make it, and Shelby makes it.
Okay. So Abigail just like kind of shrugs, like, "Well, them's the breaks." That's and that's it. She just ends her turn. She's like,
You said Mur got caught?
Yeah, Mir
Mhm.
got caught.
How much do I take?
"Nothing. You're
Strange.
you just have to make the strength saving throw. You're restrained until the spell ends.
Sweet.
And then you can use your action to make a strength.
That's the
check.
spirit.
That's it."
Last time this happened to me, I was the only one to never get out of it.
Well, congratulations. Now you're getting into some nature bondage.
Oh,
My favorite.
Chow, it's your turn.
All right.
Shelby on deck.
Yeah, this dude's still in front of me, right?
Yes, he's looking pretty rough.
All right, so I'm gonna stab him.
That hits.
All right,
That kills him.
all right. And then where's the other one at?
Next to
Is it on the
Shelby,
floor?
and there's one next to Shelby, which is about 15 feet away from you, and
All right, I can make that.
one 10 feet. About 10 feet, about 15 feet from you. That is.
All right, so I'm gonna
Or no,
run up to.
It's right next to Abigail.
That's
10
It's like
feet.
cool.
10
I'll run
feet from
up.
me.
That's cool. I'll run up to the one next to Shelby. Use my War Priest to attack again since I attacked. 21. That's 6 plus my D4. 4, so that's 10.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's dead too.
Beautiful.
And all
that'll
right,
be all.
that's it. Shelby.
And the other one is how far away from me, DM?
At this point, 15 feet.
All right, I'm gonna go charging at that one.
Okay.
I am going to swing with my scimitar. 21.
It's dead.
Nice.
Yay, we did it.
She
Yay.
did exact damage. Oh, by the way, this is going to be milestone sessions. I forgot to tell you that.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me
What's that
Yeah,
mean?
they changed that.
change my character.
It's fine.
Exciting.
Just in case you decide to
what?
ask for experience. You're
What
not
is
getting
that?
it.
The
It means
Oh.
it means I
builder?
will tell you when
Yeah,
you
it
level up.
says-
Oh, okay.
All right, you
Oh,
have
that's cool.
killed
Um,
these 4
yeah.
weird fish people things.
stuff.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut Murder. Can I cut Murder down?
Yeah, he's not
I
really.
just have to. I just have to drop the spell.
He's not really up in the air. He's just
Oh,
vines are growing out of
Just
I'm just
vines.
vines are
stuck.
growing
Oh,
out of
like-
his boat and
Yeah,
entangling
they just
him.
look
Awesome.
like black dead vines, and like they
awesome,
just
awesome.
they're completely black and they're just wrapped around her. And Abigail's like sitting there, like staring at him, like wrapped up, and she considers for a moment just leaving him there. And she go ahead and ends the spell. She speaks like if she's talking to the cat, but you don't see the cat anywhere. She's like, "No, I think I did the right thing right there. I mean, there was a risk I was willing to take. You know, it doesn't matter that he got wrapped up in it. He was right there. What was I supposed to do? Not try?"
Can we hear her?
She's speaking out loud, so
yeah.
absolutely, if you're nearby.
Yeah, that was definitely kind of reckless. You gotta be careful with those spells.
She looks over at you like, "I'm sorry, did you think I was talking to you?"
No, but I was still gonna say that anyways.
I don't know. I
Like,
thought it was
she
kind of
turns
fun.
away and she's just like, whatever.
It's not every day you get wrapped up in things.
Are there other people on this boat? Is it just us on the ferry? Like, where'd they go?
There really weren't any.
It's just us?
Yeah, more or less.
Abigail goes to look for like whoever's.
There's the dude captaining the ship, but he's in an enclosed room.
Okay, she goes to find the captain.
Okay. You go to the captain's. You go to the command deck, basically. Actually, what I call
So like a door or something, she
Yeah.
knock or something, or she's just there. She knocks very politely.
it. You knock on the door, and he's just. Oh, it's an old dude. And he's just. Hello.
Hello. Quick question. Do you often get attacked by strange fish-looking creatures?
No. Doesn't really happen all that often. Sometimes we get the I think the no, what are they called? The Locatha? They're truly fish people, but they really just hop on board to see if anyone's got food for us. Why?
No reason whatsoever. I was just very curious. Ta, thank you. She goes back and the bodies are like still there. Like on the ferry.
Oh yeah.
Okay. She squats down next to one and she's like, "Oh, I do hope that you weren't just like looking for food or something because bad end for you."
As you
And
kind of just study them and look at them, you think you might have been the food they were looking for.
oh, okay. This is sharp teeth. She's like kind of like pokes them a little bit. She sees the teeth and she's like, "Yeah, no. I think we make the right call." She gets up and she starts like trying to push it with her foot off the edge of the ferry. She's just rolling its body like to the edge.
Okay.
She looks very disgusted with the whole thing. And she's like, mm.
That's the route we're choosing. We're just gonna roll them to the edge.
Just gonna roll them right off. She's like, gross.
Okay.
How far of a drop from the boat to the water?
5 feet or so. Maybe yeah, about 5 feet or so.
Okay, and how fast is it traveling, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know.
How fast does the ferry go?
Yeah, don't ask me questions. I don't know shit.
Quick Google search.
How fast does a ferry travel?
How fast does a ferry travel?
I don't know.
Is
Look it up, chat.
powered?
No.
Does it got a motor?
No, it
Like
definitely
a
does have
paddle boat?
It's more like a paddle boat. I mean, it might have like some steam power to it, but I think like
15
Steamboat Willie.
miles per hour.
Steamboat Willie.
Probably like a good 15, 20.
That's what I was thinking. 15.
Okay, so if that's the case, I'm gonna jump in the water.
Okay.
30, Gabe, really?
Bye, Shelby.
I'm just gonna take a swim, probably refill my flask since there's no salt water here. So I'll grab this dirty river water to bother Abigail with later.
I love the facts that are coming into chat here.
I know. No, I assume that Gabe looked this up. Like, Gabe, I believe you. I believe that you looked this up. I just assume they're not going like a huge distance, so maybe they won't go that fast. Just crossing over. So Shelby just jumped right in.
Oh, I'm jumping in. I got my feet all curled up into my shell and my bottom of my shell, and I'm just jumping. See ya.
All right, from
Is
now
there
on,
a body that's like near by the edge where Shelby jumped in?
there can be.
Abigail pushes a body like on top of her, like after her.
Oh, it is on.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow it.
She,
Go
she
ahead.
she doesn't make a face or anything. She just does it like very casually and moves on to the next body.
Okay. From now on, just to disrupt all this real quick, if we ever have boat questions, we go to Gabe.
Gabe's the boat guy.
All right, so you
Gabe,
push a body
Nobody knows
onto
what's
Shelby.
outside. Just happens to do it right after she jumped in. Very coincidental.
Oh, now we're raining bodies. Got it. I'm gonna like dive under for a second. I'm gonna come back up, like Yep. Oh, payback's gonna be a bitch.
Abigail goes to another body and squats down. This one she doesn't want to like shove into the water. She's like looking at it. Does she notice anything about it, like besides it being a fish folk and it's got like weapons and shit?
Well, you take the time to study it. There it is. Make me a, let's see, history, nature. Do nature.
Nature. Okay. 21.
Okay. So, after you study these for a while, you kind of recognize them a little bit. You recognize them from like books you've read. You've never encountered any personally that are, but they're called Sahuagin. They worship a shark god called Sekala, and they just like to hunt and eat anything.
Eat anything.
Anything. I was gonna say people, but
Gee.
you know, they'll eat
Yeah.
anything. People, animals, whatevs.
This is true.
And like sharks.
You mean Abigail's cat's not safe?
No.
You actually don't see the cat anywhere. That's why it was like it just seemed like she was talking to herself. It's the hat.
The cat is the hat.
All right. Anyway.
Okay, so nothing to indicate that they're like specifically targeting us or anything.
Oh, no.
It's
It's
just doing
just-
what they do.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Like, she gets up. She starts shoving it over. There's like nothing of note on him, like to take. I assume.
Unless you want a very crudely made spear.
Not really. She looks around. She says, "Does anybody want this junk?" She like does this to the spear. I'll take that as a no.
Yeah,
She
there's
continues to,
nothing.
like shove it.
nothing
off
I
the
want.
edge.
As she's doing this, Mir has his little dagger out and he's just carving stuff into the boat. Just making doodles with his knife.
Just some light vandalism.
So you're doodling in the boat?
I'm doodling on the boat.
Vandalizing.
Okay.
It's just vandalism.
I'm carving things into the boat with my knife.
You better hope, Captain.
Dick pics. It's dicks. He's carving dicks into the boat. It's Woody.
The age-old
We go
dick pic.
up, and then there's a little circle, and then we go back down, and then two more little circles.
And how old did you say Mir was?
Like physically or mentally?
No, clearly he's a frat boy, but you know.
Look, he's childish, okay?
I stand by what I said. All right. Yeah, nothing else eventful happens. You guys yeah.
Yeah.
You guys just travel in the boat. Nothing else happens. You rock a little bit. Shelby never comes back up.
It's nice down here.
Abigail's not concerned at all.
You guys make it to the shore. You've probably got an hour or two left before you need to make camp. And yeah, once you hit shore, that's when Shelby comes up.
Oh, hi, everybody. You missed the nice warm water. Besides raining bodies, of course. Just saying.
Abigail like doesn't react to this whatsoever. She just stares at you, complete
Okay.
blank expression, like she doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Mhm.
Okay,
Um,
so
She checks
she's
the
kind of
map.
like, oh, sorry. She's kind of like waiting. And she'll look at the other two. Takes out one of her flasks, since she filled up with dirty water, and chugs it, and immediately sprays Abigail right in the face again.
Can Abigail dodge it?
Make me a dex saving throw.
A dex saving. Well, that's not going to be good. It's a
Oh.
5.
You get hit.
In
In the face.
the face.
She reacts the same exact way as before. She takes out her little handkerchief and just wipes her face, does this, puts it back in her pocket. She's like, all right, south, yes, to Elkstead. We have about another hour. I suggest we get away from the shore unless we want to deal with those things again. And she just starts heading in the direction.
All right.
I'm gonna go refill my
I'm
flask.
assuming we're all following her. Yeah.
Probably.
She walks up like she says she's like one of those people that walks off and just expects people to start following her. So she doesn't check to see if you guys are. She just assumes you are.
I'm the leader, and so therefore,
She's just like,
I've
They're
got the
just
map,
gonna-
so
she's like, screw you
Yeah.
guys. I'm going
where
to
are you gonna
Oakstead.
go?
I'm going to go find a jewel.
All right, so you guys travel for about another hour or two and start setting up camp. Anything you want to do during this time?
Nope.
All right, you guys eat your dinner.
Usual junk.
Yeah, and you go to bed.
Long rest.
Everybody but you.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, you guys get a long rest. So you guys travel, wake up, head on camp, and start traveling. You guys make it to Elkstead around sunset.
All right. I don't see much about Elkstead, so how what's up with Elkstead?
But yeah, you're gonna
Like,
find that
looking in
there's
here.
not a lot of information for every place.
Okay.
I don't know which one that is or who even redeemed it.
You can't see it.
I know, I covered it with the captions. What's wrong with
That
me?
was mine.
Which one was it?
Magic item from loot table C.
See? Okay.
Oh, it
Elks,
puts it in Fang. It puts it in chat.
Does it?
Yeah.
it doesn't tell me which magic table though. So
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Mm,
Oh, but if you click the link, it does.
oh, cool. All right.
That's cool. Okay, Streamloots, I see you.
Elkstead is a village. It's not big, but it's not small. Not a lot of hustle and bustle. It seems like a bunch of hardworking folk, kind of earn your keep type of people.
Okay.
how long did it take us to get there? Just like either midday? Did it take us a whole day to get there?
Yes. It took most of the day to get
Okay.
We were coming here for information, right?
there. No, you're passing through.
Nope. It
Oh,
just seemed like
we're
a good place
on our way.
oh,
stop.
Okay.
Since
gotcha.
might as well stay somewhere somewhat comfortable. And we'll head off in the morning unless anyone has business to attend to. I don't know what they have to offer here, but
Mm-hmm.
I was just taking advantage of the time we have left this evening so that we can leave tomorrow morning. Agreed?
Sounds good to
Sounds
me.
good.
I'm fine with that.
Is there like a little inn or somewhere they can stay?
You do see a small inn, but there's a sign hanging off of it that seems oddly familiar. That reads the Dragon Spire Inn.
Oh, what the hell?
Yep.
Okay. That is the place that we were at, right?
That's where we started.
I'm not just remembering. Abigail like finds this place and on this, the small road, and she's like that's going through town. And she stares at the sign. Is there anybody else with her, or has everybody else kind of
I'm like
scattered?
behind you, yeah. I'm approaching it. I'm looking
Is
at
there
the
any-
sign, like, what the hell?
Mirror, Shelby.
Yes.
Same.
So
Yeah, Abigail looks back and she looks at Mir for whatever reason. She just randomly chooses him, and is like, "Correct me if I'm wrong, but," and she points at the sign and she's, "Is this not the same name of the establishment we stayed at in
Could it-
in Cowboy?"
Could it be a coincidence?
I don't believe in coincidences. She goes in,
okay.
like very, she's very curious, like what the hell's going on.
So when you enter,
Mir shrugs and follows her inside.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So you enter, and it looks exactly like the inn you were at in Melbourne.
Abigail walks in, looks around and sees it's exactly the same. She doesn't know what the others are doing, but she like just turns right back around and walks out the door again.
Very cool.
And the cat is just there. Don't know where it came from. It's just there again. And she's like, "No, it's absolutely the same place. I don't care what you say. It's the same place. Look at the sign. We saw inside. It's the same place. It could be a portal. No, it can't be a portal. Do you think it's a portal? Did you sense a portal? I didn't sense a portal. Oh, you're right. They could have two of them. It could be the two completely different owners of two different establishments, but they have the same name. Perhaps they're related. You're right. We should just ask." And she goes back inside.
Isn't that what Mir said?
She doesn't listen to anything you guys say. Have you not realized she doesn't respect you guys at all?
It's literally what Mir said.
Trust me, I've noticed. Yeah, I'm just sitting in the bar. Like, I already know. It's like a franchise type thing. I'm good. Just sitting down.
hanging
am I
out.
right?
Just
Maybe we
chilling
should try
out.
the
It's
food here and see if it's as good as the other one.
Probably gonna be the same.
All right. So what are you doing?
Are the same people working there?
You pay enough attention to remember them?
No, she wouldn't.
Dwarf.
She absolutely would not.
Mir would have noticed because Mir knows the city.
Okay. Well, then Mir would know that yes, it is the same people.
Oh shit. Um.
Oh
so
shit! What?
Abigail and everybody is still outside, right?
No, they're all.
No,
in.
she came back
Mm.
inside.
Oh, you
She's
came back
kinda-
in.
Yeah, she's standing like kind of in the entrance, a little away from the door, so she doesn't block people. But she's very confused. Like she's still not really sure what to make of this place.
Yeah, I'm sitting at a table. I'm just chilling.
So Mir walks back up to Abigail and kind of looks at her and she's like, "So you know we're in the same place, right?"
This is the same place, yes?
Yes. And he kind of points out a couple of different things, including the people, saying, it's obviously the same people.
This is
Do you not
impossible.
do you not see what's around you? Do you not notice things?
I notice what needs to be noticed. I mean, she looks at like the help and like the bartender and stuff. She's like, I mean, they're just, servants.
Just
Why would I notice
just
that?
servants.
It's
people-
not like they're family.
People are people though.
Exactly. People are people. You're all just people. I'm sorry, what was it your name again?
Mir just kind of shakes his head and walks off.
she starts talking to herself. Well, not talking to herself. She's talking to the cat that like just kind of disappeared, but she just talks like the cat's always there. She's like, "It's the same place. It's the same." He says it's the same place, and she's like now looking at the bartender and stuff. She doesn't recognize them, but she's just like assuming that he told the truth, that they're the same people.
So you're just looking at the bartender and he makes eye contact with you and he just raises a glass and just like motions
She, like-
to it like, do you want one?
She like turns her head like,
He just
no.
shrugs his head, shrugs his shoulders, puts the glass down and goes back to what he was doing.
So Abigail like leaves again. Is there like a shop or some stall or something? Somebody she could touch? Does she see anybody like just in the road? Just somebody else that's not part of her party? Anybody will do. Any resident, anybody that lives in this town.
Yeah, after a little bit, you find someone walking through with a basket of like fresh vegetables.
She walks them to very, very briskly, and like grabs him by the arm without thinking. She grabs him too hard, and then she stops. She's like, "I'm so sorry." She points at the sign of the inn, and she's like, what is wrong with that place?"
Dragon Spire Inn? What do you mean?
Yes. Like, what is wrong with it? Because this place is here, but it's also not here. It's also somewhere else. So I'm not. Is it franchise or something? Similar?
You should try talking to the bartender. Pretty sure he owns the joint. And they just kind of walk off, kind of giving you this stare, like, "Oh, she's fucking crazy."
That didn't answer the question whatsoever. Of course, I can ask the stupid bartender, but why would I do that? I don't trust the bartender. What if he isn't even? It's an illusion. I don't know. She's like kind of flustered in the middle of the road and looking around for somebody else to ask, but not sure if she should ask anybody else because of the way that woman acted.
Okay.
Can she cast like detect magic?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Like the establishment?
Yes, you can.
She's going to cast detect magic on the inn.
All right. You cast detect magic and the door lights up.
Okay, does she know what this means? Or she just knows that it's magic?
You know it's magic.
Okay. She bursts into the door and she's like, "This place is magic!" And she points at the door. She's like, That's a magic door. Did you all?
And right there, that's where we take our break. We're taking break right there. All right, we're gonna get faded in here. We will be back in about 5 minutes.
Carter the archer, a former pirate who likes playing tricks. Drogo's a paladin, learning the world to find his fit. Clavicus a shapeshifter, shadowy magic on his mind. Severin a human cleric, searching for family. But what will he find? Well, they ran into some cultists who wanted Severin. The cultists used his family just to try to get to him. Tracking down a bunch of leads, animals became their friends. Bertha and Stanky the goats, the nibbler, the familiar. Oh, But through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. Oh, this is Crit Force One. Well, Clavicus shows his true shifty self. Carter hides himself round town. Well, some of Severan's family died, but one of his sisters is still alive. But Clavicus's family might be involved. There's something mysterious yet to be solved. Well, Carter knows there was a falling out, but the group is working to get through it all. But through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. Oh, this is Crit Force One. All through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. And this is Crit Force One. Carter the archer, a former pirate who likes playing tricks. Drogo's the paladin, learning the world to find his fit. Clavicus a shapeshifter, shadowy magic on his mind. Severin a human cleric, searching for family. But what will he find? Well, they ran into some cultists who wanted Severin. The cultists used his family just to try to get to him. Tracking down a bunch of leads, animals became their friends. Bertha and Stanky the goats, the nibbler, the familiar. Oh, but through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. Oh, this is Crit Force One. Well, Clavicus shows his true shifty self. Carter hides himself round town. Well, some of Severan's family died, but one of his sisters is still alive. But Clavicus's family might be involved. There's something mysterious yet to be solved. Well, Carter knows there was a falling out, but the group is working to get through it all. But through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. Oh, this is Crit Force One. All through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. And this is Crit Force One. Carter the archer, a former pirate who likes playing tricks. Drogo's a paladin, learning the world to find his fit. Clavicus a shapeshifter, shadowy magic on his mind. Severin a human cleric, searching for family. But what will he find? Well, they ran into some cultists who wanted Severin. The cultists use his family just to try to get to him. Tracking down a bunch of leads, animals became their friends. Bertha and Stanky the goats, the nibbler, the familiar. Oh, but through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. Oh, this is Crit Force One. Well, Clavicus shows his true shifty self. Carter hides himself round town. Well, some of Severin's family died, but one of his sisters is still alive. But Clavicus's family might be involved. There's something mysterious yet to be solved. Well, Carter knows there was a falling out, but the group is working to get through it all. But through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. Oh, this is Crit Force One. All through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. And this is Crit Force One. Carter the archer, a former pirate who likes playing tricks. Drogo's a paladin, learning the world to find his fit. Clavicus a shapeshifter, shadowy magic on his mind. Severin a human cleric, searching for family. But what will he find? Well, they ran into some cultists who wanted Severin. The cultists use his family just to try to get to him. Tracking down a bunch of leads, animals became their friends. Bertha and Stanky the goats, the nibbler, the familiar. Oh, But through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. Oh, this is Crit Force One. Well, Clavicus shows his true shifty self. Carter hides himself round town. Well, some of Severan's family died, but one of his sisters is still alive.
And we're back.
Hello?
Welcome back from vacation, Faded.
Yay.
I
Who's
hope,
he?
I hope Disney was worth it, but now we're gonna have to come back to that later, because now Abigail had just burst back into the Dragonspire Inn, screaming that it's magic.
It's magic. It's that door. This place. It's magic. It's. She sees like everybody staring at her. She just like composes herself. She's like, "It's magic."
Well, of course it's
We don't-
magic.
We don't know her.
She like jumps and like looks and sees this person just kind of sitting in the corner. He looks drunk as hell.
Why wouldn't it be magic? I mean, just look at it.
Yes, it's a dingy inn.
And dingy inns have magical doors.
Just so we're clear, it is not dingy by any means. It is very well kept, and it looks quite fancy.
Maybe the
Well,
fancy for
alright.
Abigail is dingy.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
like, to
that's
you or
close.
to Abigail?
I don't know. It's pretty upscale to me.
Motel 6 would be upscale to him. She's like,
Wow.
Ow.
it's just, it's a dingy inn. She like looks around. She's like, it's not exactly a palace. Are you confusing? I don't know, an outhouse with this place?
Oh, I would never use an outhouse. Is your personality supposed to be just one color? I'm seeing a lot of black here.
Yes. How astute. As she
Hmm.
turns like to the bartender, she's like, "Your establishment is magic. How,
Pocket dimension.
please?" I'm
I-
sorry, what? And she like rushes over. She's like, I'm sorry. Did you just say a pocket dimension
It's, yeah, it's like a,
in an inn?
I mean, there are spells that do that.
But
You should be well aware of that.
it's
If you
great
were able to
magic,
tell that
though.
it's magic, well, yes, it's been around for quite some time. It predates me.
Who- Really? And she like makes a mental note. She's like itching to like write it down, but doesn't. So, how long has this establishment been around? And pocket dimension to just the other one in she forgot the name of the place.
The inn itself, the Dragonspire Inn, is the pocket dimension. We acquire old buildings within other towns that seem promising, and we establish the magic there. The doorway
So there
acts
are
as the portal.
several.
Oh yes.
Do you, I don't know if you would share this information, but do you happen to have a map of all such establishments? And
I don't have
Why-
a map, no, but honestly, you'll find us at most big cities and several smaller that are up and coming.
all right. Well, that's fascinating. This is fascinating. This place is fascinating. And is there who is it that was at the bar? Was it Chow?
Well,
So real quick, before you turn to Chow and like you see him sitting eye level with a Goliath. It's like it doesn't compute. Like they are eye level. And you notice, like, the empty stools all sit at the same height.
She's like speechless for a moment. She's not really sure what to say. And she looks back at the bartender again and she's like, it's magic.
Aye.
Right. And she turns around and goes and just sits at a table by herself. She's trying to parse the information.
But it's magic.
He looks over, the bartender looks over at you, Chow, and just, is your friend okay?
I don't know. That's not my friend.
I'm so glad you said that.
All right, real quick. So since Benji has already begun speaking with people that he has been in the inn drinking for a little bit, would you care to describe yourself?
Sure. So Benji is a halfling. So essentially very, very small. 3 foot tall, about 45 pounds. A little chubby for halflings. He is a warlock whose patron is a unicorn.
That's amazing.
Cool.
Yes. And he loves bright
You ride it?
and colorful things.
So you'll notice, and you'll notice on his robe, he's got very bright coloring around the edges of it.
What?
Yes. So he'll always want to bring a little color to the party.
It's gonna be a great.
We could use some
contrast.
color in the party. It's very dark, sir.
But at least there's no brooding yet.
Yes. This will be fun.
All right, so we'll come back to Abigail's processing in a little bit. What is Squirt and Shelby? Sorry, not Squirt. I think
New nickname.
now I'm thinking Squirt from Finding Nemo, not the fact that
I'm
she's
so
a walking
glad.
squirt gun.
So glad you did. Right, dude.
Dude, what is Shelby and Mir doing?
Shelby. Okay. Well, I'm sitting at a table next to Abigail, and I'm just watching her process this whole magic. And I'm thinking how I'm gonna annoy her within the next couple of minutes to snap her out of it.
While Abigail was outside learning about magic, Mir would have gone up to the bartender to see if the food was still free.
No, son, no, that's they paid for it one time.
Are you sure this one's not on the princess?
Unless you want to work in the kitchen, I'm sure.
Oh no, I'm good. After all that, he would have gotten food anyways, and like settled down at a table.
All right. All right, so you're eating. Shelby is studying Abigail. Chow is drinking. Let's come back to Abigail and her processing. Well, actually, real quick, what is Benji doing?
Just for my information, Abigail, did you have a little friend?
A cat.
Is it an actual cat?
Yeah, it's just a regular cat.
Can everyone see the actual cat, or is
Yeah, it's just a regular
okay.
cat. It just sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not.
So it's there right now?
Mhm.
So Benji would like to go and talk to the cat.
Okay.
He can't speak with animals on himself.
Okay.
Hello there, little one.
It just kind
Am
of.
I?
Do you
Am I speaking
Abigail?
for the cat?
Well, do you speak cat?
No, I mean like not Abigail. I'm just like, who's speaking for the cat?
No, I'll do it. Don't worry. It just cat looks at you for a second, looks back at Abigail. Hello.
And who might you be?
Did you ever name your cat?
I did name my cat. It's Cepheus.
Okay. I'm Cepheus. Her cat, and it nudges.
Oh, what a wonderfully colorful name. So can you tell me what's going on here?
How? What is your cat's personality exactly? So I get this right. I'm sure you have an image in your head of this.
I do. He's just like, he's like, can you imagine like if you can imagine a cat just so chill? He's just like,
Is it
she's
Is it
freaking out.
Salem from Sabrina? Is it just chill
I
cat that don't
don't
give a fuck?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is it
Like a
sassier and
Snoop
shit?
Dogg.
Okay, you
cat.
said Sabrina. I've not watched the new
cat.
Sabrina,
No,
so I have no
not
idea.
not the new one.
I'm thinking old Sabrina.
Yes,
Sabrina.
Sassy
Okay,
Salem.
that's what I had in mind.
Sassy
Yes,
Salem.
exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Well, the long and short of it is, we got grouped with these people to do a job, and it has been quite the experience, if you will.
Oh, tell me more.
Just kind of looks up at you like, how do you and your cat communicate exactly? Is it just like you talk, like you have a mental link? How's that work?
She just talks to it. She assumes she's having a conversation with him.
Oh,
Just because she's traveled with him for so long. She can speak with animals. She has like on occasion, but she thinks it's rude to do it to him because he's like,
so you are
she
quite
doesn't want to
literally.
like force it on him.
So you are quite literally having a one-sided conversation.
She is having a one-sided conversation.
It's like Sven and Frozen.
Gotcha. Okay. So the cat just kind of looks at you almost as if raising an eyebrow, and then just, it was some job for some noble woman. I don't know. There was supposed to be another, but he never showed up, apparently.
Wait, a noble, you said?
Yeah.
Oh,
Over in
oh,
Calborn?
I've done it again, haven't I?
Huh?
What date is it?
I'm a cat.
Just another day.
Fair enough. I looked at Abigail. Do I know your name yet? And I actually say that out loud.
Oh.
I thought he was asking. I'm like, no. She like is muttering, it's magic, and he asked us. She's like, I beg your pardon.
Your name, do you have one?
Of course, I have a name. It's Abigail. My friends call me Abby.
What would you prefer I call you?
Considering you're not a friend, Abigail.
I think we're going to be lovely friends by the end of this. So, I think I've made a mistake. I was supposed to be here earlier, and now I think I've gone and messed things up.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your wardrobe. Where were you supposed to be? Sorry. She's like just dressed in black. You're just so colorful.
I simply must do something with your outfit here real soon. We'll see about that.
Just to do something with my outfit. This is the uniform of my coven. There's nothing to do about it. I wear it with pride. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, you were saying.
Yes. I was supposed to be here to meet a noble person for a group, and I'm lost.
You were supposed to be here in Elkstead to meet a noble?
Yeah.
She like looks around and she's like, in Elkstead.
Is that where we are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Well.
Then yes.
Well, okay. I'm
real-
going to go back to that question because that's a little complicated at this point because
real
this
quick.
place is magic.
Just interject. Does Benji think he's supposed to be in Elkstead, or or is that where you genuinely think you're supposed to be?
That's where Benji thinks he's supposed to be.
Okay.
In Elkstead?
You may resume.
Okay. So okay, well that's complicated because this place is it's magic. It's magic. It's a port. I'm sorry. She gets up a little bit out of her seat and she addresses the bartender. I'm sorry. What did you call it again? A what portal?
Pocket dimension.
A pocket dimension. Thank you. It is a pocket dimension. So while we are indeed here in Elkstead, we are also, I suppose, technically in Calborn.
No.
As
The barkeep is like able to overhear you. It's just like, no, you are not in either right now.
Excuse me, I was in your establishment and I was in Calborn. So yes, we are here and there at the same time.
Not how this works. You are in a different dimension. You're in a different plane of existence, technically.
I took a ferry here. I do not think I went to a different dimension. Thank you very much. You are here and you are also there.
He looks back over at you, Chaz. Is she that dense?
I mean, I haven't talked to her that much.
I think that's in your best interest not to.
I asked the cat, is she that dense?
There you go.
The cat just does that Salem shrug, like when he's filing his nails, just
It is what it is. I'm like trying to decide if she notices that he does that. She just looks at him like.
So you're telling me we're in a pocket dimension right now?
We are in a pocket dimension, yes.
And what happens if you leave?
Elkstead. Well, if you walk out the door, you're in Elkstead.
Mm-hmm.
Can you come back?
Into this establishment, yes.
Into this.
The barkeep, but just you go back to where you entered from. So in this situation, if you entered in Elkstead, you go back to Elkstead. If you enter in Calborn, you go back to Calborn. If you go to a different city, if you enter from a different city, you end up back in that city. Just like
And
if you
when
go
look
through
into the door,
you'll see nothing.
The void of space.
No, the windows are frosted.
That's much less interesting.
Sorry. The way you describe this place, it's. Well, where's the original then?
This is the original. It's the only one.
So, this place was established here in Elkstead.
No. It was established on a different plane of existence. The building you enter is the entrance, a portal. There are multiples, just like a house has multiple points of entry, a front door and a back door. That doorway will just lead you back from whence you came.
All you were saying is that this place exists everywhere and nowhere.
More or less, yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
Just a copy.
Okay. You know there are different planes of existence, correct?
Yeah, she knows that.
The
It's just
astral
like,
plane. There's the material plane
but
that
those
we're
are
on.
like for her, those are places.
And have you ever? Do you understand how like a bag of holding works?
She's never thought about it. It's just it exists.
They do exist, and the items that go in that bag are in a pocket dimension, a different plane of existence. They are not on the material plane.
Are you doing this in character or out of character right now?
Are you talking to me or are you
He's the
talking to her?
bartender.
This is a very knowledgeable bartender.
Well, he works in this establishment. He's supposed to know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I kind of expected to.
Oh man! All right. So
Yeah. All right.
yeah. That's kind of
So
that's the gist of it. It's not really all that complicated when
Man,
you think about the
yeah,
fact that there are
it's just-
spells that do this exact same thing.
She turns to Ben. She's like, "We are nowhere." That's it. She's like,
But yet we are everywhere.
right? That's what I'm saying. We are everywhere and we are nowhere. And yeah, he wants to.
It makes more sense if you have another drink.
I don't drink this swill. Back to what you were saying. You said you were supposed to meet a noble. Do you recall the name of such a noble? This place certainly does not have any nobles as residents, but
Not off the top of my head, I was just told to be here.
You did.
here
Now, unless you
Mm,
lost
I-
it, you did receive a letter.
Uh-oh.
here in Elstead or here in what is this place called again?
According to you, nowhere.
Here in Elstead or in nowhere, which really amounts to the same thing.
I'm trying to actually find the letter.
I mean, it was never typed out or
Right.
anything. The letter stated that you were to meet with Fatalis Indecourt.
Fatalis and
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Lady Indecourt. You are
know her.
Miss yes. I assume then you are the missing fifth that never showed up.
Oh, I've had a fifth tonight.
She doesn't know what to say to this. um we had a meeting with Lady Indecourt back in Kelborn Palace. We were missing our last person in our group. I can only assume that was you.
I would assume so too.
Well, as I said, I am Abigail. I'm sure the others have names. We are on our way south.
You haven't
are
learned
to-
their names yet.
Why would I
Who
learn their names?
Who
Are we in earshot of all this?
Sure. The question is, are you paying attention?
Yeah, I would be. I shout out to Benji. She doesn't care about our names. This is probably the most I've ever heard her speak.
Oh, that was my doggy howling, by the way. Oh.
Aw.
Missed you.
Oh.
Destroyed your stuff.
Yes.
Shelby's kind of like doing her sneaky in the turtle, out the turtle thing, and she's listening to all this, and as she's going, she's like, "This lady's freaking crazy." Pop her head up. Oh no, she's my best friend. Pop my head back down. No, she's freaking nuts.
We are to head south, and we are headed toward a tomb, which
A
should
tomb?
have a tomb, which should have an artifact that we are supposed to retrieve for Lady Indecourt.
And an artifact.
Yes, an artifact. It's a ruby.
A ruby. That's a jewel, not an artifact.
Well, it is an artifact. It once belonged to a necromancer, I'm afraid. And she wishes to use its powers, supposedly for good. I cannot say no, since I was dispatched by my coven.
So you have no choice in your life.
I have responsibility and obligations, which I try to respect. But it was my choice to go with the coven. And so they sent me. And so I went.
And what do you do if this ends up being for nefarious purposes, what will you do then?
I am so glad you asked that because I asked the same question. Now, she claims it is not for nefarious purposes. She claims. But, and she leans towards Benji. And she's like, between you and me.
I'm down here.
Yeah, she's like leaning over, like way
She's
over.
like bent completely over at a 90-degree angle.
So between you and me, and I did tell this to our lady, but these things don't end up well for anyone, especially when it comes to things with great power. So I am keeping my eye on things. Now, I cannot speak for the rest of the group because, well, one, I don't think they bothered to think about such things, and two, I don't care. So, but I'm glad you asked that question. I think you and I will be able to cooperate, regardless of your attire.
Hey, a ruby's red. We can add that to your outfit for a splash of color.
No, I don't want anything to do with it. It's far too powerful.
So you're not powerful. Noted.
That is far too powerful for me. I am willing to admit that. I am still learning.
Learning what?
Everything. Aren't we all?
To some extent, I agree. But what are you good at?
Those aren't things I think about. Being good at something doesn't mean much to me.
Like, for
either
instance,
do it or you don't.
This one over here is good at playing hide and seek. He goes and knocks on the shell.
I peek my head in just a little bit right above the hole. Open my eye really wide. Say hello.
Hello up there.
I was expecting you to ask what the password was.
Good.
Password, please.
And what might you be doing?
I'm practicing my sneaking skills.
But I could see you.
You can't if I do this. I like tuck my body real in my shell. I'm like, see, now I'm a rock. You don't know.
A talking rock.
Yes, it's magic.
Now, you see, Abigail, we have magic happening right here, and you didn't even know it.
I'm sorry. You want to see what else is magic? I'll tell you.
What do you got?
Okay, wait 1 second. And I take a slug of my water. I look right at Abigail.
Oh
I
my
do-
god.
right at her.
Oh my-
See, now that was absolutely amazing.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I got many talents of this magic. And I kind of like put my claws out like little spirit fingers at you.
A spitting, living rock. Who would have thought? See, optimism. We can work with this.
What is your name? I'm sorry.
My name's Benji. What's yours?
I'm Shelby. Shelby Squirt. It's very
Benji
nice to meet you.
Sparks.
I like that. Different.
Yes.
I like my friend over here, Abigail. She's nice too. She
We're
just
not
doesn't know
friends.
yet. Oh, we're friends. Don't worry.
You're not
But you
friends.
didn't call her Abby.
We didn't get to that point yet. Watch, it's gonna happen. Did you see that cute little that creature, that cat, the black cat? Did you see that?
Yes. He was quite conversational.
We had a staring contest. I did lost though. I got distracted, but it was a good one.
What distracted you?
Well, you see, what had happened was I was staring so peer into its soul, and someone interrupted me, and it was for our mission. We had to go see the princess and go talk about what we have to do.
The lady.
The lady. She's pretty.
Oh, she's a
Mhm.
princess.
Oh, she's a princess in my eyes because anybody who's pretty is a princess.
Would you consider me a princess? And he flourishes his robe.
I do like your robe. I do. Sure, you can be a princess. Why not? It's pretty.
Why not, right?
Right. I like
See?
it.
This is a magical encounter. The world is going to be full of magic. And who else do we have here? Looks over at Cal.
Mir, who's still chowing down, kind of raises his food. Mir over here.
A mirror?
No, just Mir.
Justmere. Hello, Justmere. How are you doing today?
I'm good now that I got some food in my stomach.
Oh, anything yummy in particular?
This is all yummy. I've never had so much food in my life. Past 2 days, let me tell you.
Is there any left that I could try?
Mir kind of picks around and like just hands him some.
And what is it, though?
Just meat, chicken.
My favorite. I shall enjoy it. Thank you so much for your kindness. And what do you do? What are you good at?
Like our turtle friend. One might say I also like to hide.
Can you turn to a rock as well?
Not yet, but maybe she'll teach me.
I think she could teach all of us to blend in with our surroundings. Quite simple. Yes. So Mir, Shelby, Abigail, and Benji. That makes 4. Who are we missing?
Mir points at the at our friend at the bar.
And
Yeah, I think I'm not that far from you, like a table away.
what's their name?
Do we actually know his name? I don't know if Charles ever actually told us his name.
Me? Well, yeah, I don't know. No one's ever
Hey,
asked.
I don't think he did. No.
You over
Okay.
there. Come
No
introduce
one's ever
yourself.
asked. Abigail doesn't care.
We're all friends.
Some didn't. We are
Except
not
her.
friends. We are not friends. First of all, I'll stop you there. So we are acquaintances on a mission together. My name is Chow.
Well, you know what they say, right?
What?
Isn't
Acquaintances
Chow
are just-
goodbye?
It is. Maybe
What
that's
was
why he
that?
doesn't have any friends.
I
An
couldn't hear what
acquaintance
Sarah
is someone
I
that
said,
you haven't
I
made a
said,
friend.
isn't Chow goodbye?
Oh yeah, kind of.
And what brings you to this friendly group? Not of friends, but friendly.
You haven't been here that long. It's not a friendly group. But I'm here sole purpose because I'm a cleric. So they recruited me from cleric school.
Oh, really? Which
Pretty
cleric
much.
school did you go to?
It's a cleric school in my town. Karen. The town of Karen. It's the Karen University of Clerics.
Benji, roll me a history check real quick.
1 second. Yeah. You said history, right?
Yeah.
Karen University of
opinions.
Clerics.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Did that go through?
What was it?
I rolled an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you sounds right to you.
Mm. That sounds like a lovely place to learn.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yes. So
yeah,
I
just got recruited to come on this mission.
take
cleric
it you can
needed.
heal our wounds.
Yeah, I do some healing, I do some fighting, a little bit of everything.
Hmm. I'm somewhat proficient at healing some wounds as well.
Oh, good. The more
Yeah.
the merrier.
We shall not die this day,
I'd hope not.
but tomorrow. far
I
as
heard
it-
a
But
I heard a rumor one time that clerics heal, but they heal doors.
Huh?
Was that true?
I don't understand what you're asking.
I think that was the city that was 3 doors down.
Over my head.
I think you.
don't know.
I think
Over my
you're right.
head.
It was a callback to our old campaign.
Mm.
Severin healed a door instead of healing people.
Ah, okay. Yep, didn't know that. Interesting.
So this is a lovely, lovely group we have
You
here.
keep saying that, but it's not that lovely. I don't know where you get this impression of lovely from, to be honest.
What is not to love about this?
What do
I
you
don't know.
mean?
I've been having a good time.
We have a witch that hates all of us. We have a turtle that is a hiding rock. She's cool though. But yeah, that's about it.
And you're alive.
it's not.
And I did. But what am I to you then, sir?
I mean, you're just like
You
I don't
mentioned the
know, you're
witch
just-
and you mentioned the turtle, but am I just here?
Yeah, pretty much. You're just here.
I don't hate any of you.
Glad to know where I stand in this group.
As this is exchanging, I kind of like have my head completely out. I have my face like this the whole time. Like,
Sneak popcorn.
So you all have
Any of you?
met. You just don't care.
Exactly. Thank
What's
you.
that?
He at least gets it. I just don't care.
But the question is why?
Because why should I?
Because going through life not caring for others is very lonely.
Do you understand that there are so many people that exist for such a short period of time?
Yes,
We
I
are
do understand.
tiny, tiny little specks. And I'm not exactly sure why I should treat any of you as anything special, considering we are all
We-
specks.
We are but tiny specks in this grand story that is being written, but we get to write this page, this verse, this word right now. How do you want that to go?
I don't care.
So you'll leave your page blank, understood.
She's just
I
rude.
literally don't care. I'm
She's
going to be
rude.
dead. Why should I care what comes afterwards?
You're going to be dead, we're all going to be dead.
Exactly.
But the things you do today can make a difference for others.
Yes. A difference for me, whether or not I live another day, and whether or not we get closer to our destination and I do not have to speak to you anymore.
Do you want to live another day?
I think I have to because I have obligations.
Then we can help you live another day. And if you're nice to people, we might heal you.
Here's the thing. I don't need to ask you for anything. You all have your own responsibilities and you were all hired by the same person. Therefore, we are all going to cooperate because we all have our own goals of fulfilling this task. So I don't think we need to act like we're all buddy and chums and things like that. If you want to actually succeed in this little mission, we're kind of forced to make sure that each of us stays alive, like you said, because tomorrow.
The sun
By
will
the
come
way.
out tomorrow.
It always does, unless you're dead. So,
It'll still come out even if you are
And-
dead.
yes. That's the point. The world keeps turning, so what does it matter? It's going to keep turning whether I'm dead or not. So why should I care what stamp I make on it now? Do you give a shit? No, you don't. Oh my goodness, he has me cussing.
See, she does care,
My
everyone.
point is,
She does care.
it doesn't matter. I just want to fulfill this, whatever. Either way, we're spending the night here in this magical hellhole. And then tomorrow we should set off and head south.
Yes, boss.
she has like put the map in her backpack, so I don't know if Mir was planning to do shit, but just to put it out there, that's where it is right now. I just want to give him information.
Cool.
All right.
Well, I guess you can have fun being miserable. I, on the other hand, will celebrate the life we have.
Good job.
I love your character.
All right. With that, we will end the night. You guys are going to go to bed, and we will end the session here. And next week we will pick up with the day beginning. The dynamics that have already formed are fantastic.
Love it.
Uh,
I don't think fantastic is the right word.
His best boy.
It's gonna be fun. This is gonna be so much fun.
Oy.
Goodness
All right.
gracious.
Well, that's it for us for the night. Let's see who we're gonna go raid real quick. Who's live? Oh, that's there we go.
Perception Studios live.
Yes.
So is Loch Ness with Secret Adventure Society.
Yes, they are. Let's take it to them. We ain't seen them in a minute. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for coming to the very first adventure of the Secrets of Power. It was a great time, and make sure you go check out Impassable Creations TikTok, where you can see that new collection being built. All right, take it easy, everyone.
Tune in next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Carter the archer, a former pirate who likes playing tricks. Drogo's a paladin, learning the world to find his fit. Clavicus a shapeshifter, shadowy magic on his mind. Severin a human cleric, searching for family. But what will he find? Well, they ran into some cultists who wanted Severin. The cultists used his family just to try to get to him. Tracking down a bunch of leads, animals became their friends. Bertha and Stanky the goats, the nibbler, the familiar. Oh, but through it all, it's a family. But can they stop evil from spreading? Soldiering on in sorrow and fun. Oh, this is Crit Force One.